renewed violence in Israel.
Posing a new threat to the fragile pause in the war, Israeli police say Palestinian gunmen opened fire on people waiting for buses along a main highway entering Jerusalem. At least several Israelis were killed and other people wounded, including 2 Americans.
Tomorrow could be the last day in office for New York Republican Congressman George Santos. CBS's Scott McCarr.
Santos would be only the 6th person ever to be expelled from the U.S. House. But for that to happen, not a majority, but 2/3 of those voting would have to vote to do so.
In a televised debate on the Fox News channel, Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis told California Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom that criminals are in charge in his state.
In a lot of these places in California, everything's under lock and key because they basically legalize retail theft. They have chosen in California to put the interests of the criminals over public safety.
Newsom said DeSantis says he supports police, but his actions say something different.
I love this guy talking about backing the group when you bang those pardons for January 6th insurrection. 85 of them that were...
At least 10 people were saved by medics. A new study says the U.S. is unprepared to house and care for its growing number of elderly people.
The Harvard report says without increased government assistance, many older adults will have to forego care or rely on family and friends for help, and homeless numbers could spike. Over the next 10 years, the population over the age of 75 is forecast to increase by 45%, growing from 17 million to nearly 25 million. And many of those people are expected to struggle financially. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Portuguese soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo has been hit with a lawsuit for his role in promoting cryptocurrency-related non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. The lawsuit says his promotions were deceptive and unlawful. This is CBS News.
You don't need a job platform, you need a hiring partner. Indeed lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews, all from one place. Start at Indeed.com/credits.
This is KNX News, 97.1 FM.
SoCal's only 24/7 connection.
9:03, good evening, I'm Brian Ping. LAPD officers shot a man armed with a hatchet in North Hollywood this afternoon. Emily Valdez was at the scene.
We have a full block closed off here on Laurel County Boulevard. It runs from Satakoy up to about Runnymede. That's because about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, police say that there was a man who people know in the area as a homeless man breaking some stuff in one of the shops. They say he had a weapon that is a hammer on one side, and on the back of the hammer there was a hatchet. Police showed up, and in a video you can see him walking towards the officers. LAPD Captain Kelly Muniz. Officers utilized various less lethal munitions to include our 40mm, beanbag, and taser, all of which were ineffective. The suspect continued to advance on officers, and an officer-involved shooting occurred. That man taken to the hospital, listed in critical condition. In North Hollywood, I'm Emily Valdez, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
An LA County judge is allowing former porn star Ron Jeremy to be released to a private residence. That's because he's incompetent to stand trial for rape. Natalie Tiffany reports at the Hollywood courthouse.
The alleged victims say they're outraged. Ron Jeremy won't remain in lockup. This is Jane Doe 12.
I would say that that is not justice. I mean, but from what he did to all of the victims, that's not justice for someone to just be released into a private residence with, care, taken care of for the rest of their lives, regardless of their, their mental condition or, ailment. Justice is to put accountability and those people out of the community. We shouldn't be around those people. They're extremely dangerous.
The 70-year-old former porn star has been held in state hospitals and the medical wing of the Twin Towers Correctional Facility since January. That's when he was deemed incompetent to stand trial due to his dementia diagnosis. Reporting from the Hollywood courthouse, I'm Natalie Tiffany, KNX News 97.1 FM.
9:05 now, time for traffic on KNX. Here is Sandy Campos.
Well, from that alert in the Cahuenga Pass, that is still ongoing. This is north northbound 101, right past Bar Boulevard. The left two lanes remain closed. That's for an earlier, really bad motorcycle accident. So they've got an accident investigation going on. That backup starts just past Highland, so expect some delays if you're taking that. You need to point the boulevard. That appears to be moving pretty smooth. But you can just stick with the freeway. It might be a bit slow. There's a crash that was reported 10 east at the 110 north. They are getting that cleared over. It was blocking the right lane. Looks like lanes are still really slow, though, before you get to Western. So that's going to be backed up for a bit until they get that completely off the roadway. We got some slowing still as you're heading southbound on the 710, just past the Glance before the 91. At one point, they did have all lanes stopped. This was a motorcycle crash. That rider was injured, it appears. So they did have lane stops. Looks like they're moving very slowly right now. That backup is pretty heavy from road transit. Expect some Caltrans work to be set up in the Orange County area along 405 right now. They've got some carpool lane closures northbound 405 to head through Costa Mesa. Extra 4915 from the Tax Defense 24-hour traffic center.
High 40s and 50s up a chilly one out there, and the northerly winds aren't going to help in that regard. We're going to have these for the next couple of days as they shift to Santa Ana out of the northeast in time for early next week. That's going to warm us up during the daytime. In the meantime, we're going to have a couple more days of highs in the 60s with advisory for many of our areas of the San Gabriel Mountains. Currently at LAX, it is 61 degrees. It is 55 in San Bernardino, Rancho Santa Margarita, 54 at 9:07. Which state is better, Florida or California? Governor Gavin Newsom and Governor Ron DeSantis debated more than an hour and a half on that issue on Fox News. Newsom focused on gun safety.
You had one of the worst mass shootings in American history, Parkland. 17 kids were gunned down, lives lost, 17 others, lives torn asunder. You had a young girl by the name of Jamie Gutenberg, whose father pleaded with you to do something about it. You know what you did? You did the exact opposite. You made it easier for felons to get guns without background checks, without any training. These people pleaded with the parents and the families to get tough on gun safety, and again, you made it easier for felons. He said of you, Ron, and I agree with him, after you signed that concealed carry bill, which increases the likelihood, Fred Gutenberg said, of more Jamies losing their lives and more Parklands, he called you weak, pathetic, and small.
They have chosen in California to put the interests of the criminals over public safety. They're easier on sex offenders. They're easier on all these crimes that are leading to a collapse in the quality of life. And if you just walk around San Francisco, you will see, and I think it's interesting, Gavin Newsom was mayor of San Francisco. So he took the San Francisco model, turned that into a template for California's collapse. Now the left wants to take the California model and use that as a template for America's collapse. We cannot let that happen.
Status continued on the topic of crime.
They are on an ideological joyride to let people out of prison early, to go easy on them. Heck, your buddy, Gavin's buddy in Los Angeles, Gascon, he doesn't even prosecute. When I was in Southern California for the Reagan debate, a lot of the women tell me they have to take off all their jewelry just to be able to go shopping, because otherwise they're going to get mugged. That is the reality that people are facing in California. Gavin can try to put lipstick on that pig, but the fact of the matter is he has failed the people of California.
I love this guy talking about backing the blue when you dangle pardons for January 6th insurrectionists, 85 of them that were literally charged with attacking law enforcement. You talk a big game about backing the blue. With all due respect to the crime rate, again, he's not answering the fact that he has a higher murder rate in the state of California, and 66% higher gun death rate in the state of California. And I can easily answer this point. Gun safety saves lives. I don't think it, I know it. And the data bears that out in the state of California.
The governors also clashed over plenty more, ranging from abortion to education. A big split has opened up at LA City Hall over proposals to increase the size of the city council from its current 15 members. Council members who back the plan say New York has 51 city districts and Chicago has 50. Cynthia Rahman represents LA City Council District 4.
We have the largest council districts by far in the country, and each district is larger than many cities in America. I mean, mean, these are absolutely enormous districts. Council District 4 goes from northern Silver Lake all the way to Reseda. So it covers just this huge, expansive geography. And I think if you want to have real representation, if you want to be able to engage with local government in a very high-touch way, I think having districts that are this big makes it very, very hard to do that.
But her colleague Tracy Park tells us she completely disagrees.
You're right, we have a lot of constituents. And we have studied other jurisdictions that have more council members, so they each represent a smaller population. And I have yet to see any evidence that constituents are any more satisfied with their local elected leaders in those cities.
She strongly denies any suggestion that she's against the expansion plan simply because she and others want to hold on to their power. The City Council Committee today punted the proposals, which will be discussed again in January. It's 9/11, and coming up, we will check the traffic, including a signal to the Columbia Pass on Lane 101 North.
We need to stay connected to each other and turn toward each other and not against each other.
SoCal's only 24/7 connection is KNX News 97.1 FM. Just being arrested for DUI, convicted or not, makes the DMV try to suspend your license, and you have only 10 days to stop them. That's not fair. Call 1-800-NO-CUFFS. What you don't know can and will hurt you. Call 1-800-NO-CUFFS. I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Where is your pain? In your knees, hips, your back? Don't let them tell you surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics right now for the future of pain relief. Hey, Jim Rome here. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, restoring and repairing damaged joint tissue the natural way. This is the science of using properties from your own body to bring lasting relief with no drugs and no downtime. QC Kinetics is trusted by patients all over America. Over 150 clinics nationwide now with advanced treatments that can get you moving again. So get started right now so you can live pain-free in 2024. You want to talk about great use of your FSA and HSA? Put them to work getting you the relief you need so badly. Again, no drugs, no downtime, no surgery. Let the medical professionals at QC Kinetics give you a better path toward a pain-free life. QC Kinetics in Glendale, Orange, Mission Viejo, and now in Costa Mesa. 213-997-PAIN. 213-997-PAIN. That's 213-997-PAIN.
The Chasing Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Inc. Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable Sin Beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppable spot shake. And now a Smith Solo. Nice. Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus nose protection with Downy Unstoppable Wash Scented.
Let's head out. The theater's about to close.
Wait, what does that sign say?
Warning, watch your steps? No, next to it. If you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of serious consequences from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60. I didn't know that. Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. RSV vaccines, including Pfizer's, are available. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
LA County's court to address mental health and homelessness gets an early start, and police shoot an assault suspect in North Hollywood. Right now, time for traffic, and let's get you over to Tiny Combos.
We're going to start with that signal where it's still ongoing in the Quaker Pass. This is causing some backup as you head northbound past Highland. The left two lanes are closed for an accident investigation. This was a really bad motorcycle crash that happened earlier. So those will remain shut due for an unknown amount of time, unknown duration. So we'll let you know when those open back up. So that will cause a little bit of a delay. We've got some slow traffic on the 10 East heading into downtown. There was an earlier crash at the 110. Looks like they're getting a handle on that. That is cleared, and lanes are starting to move more rapidly right now, but still slow from Western. All lanes are stopped. We've got a change and an update here on the 710 South Atlantic. That was a motorcycle crash. So at one point they did have all lanes stopped. Right now they have flared off the left 3 lanes. All other lanes are open. So that's JBS High Squeeze as you head through Compton. That backup starts at Rosecrans. There was an earlier hit and run crash on the 105 West at Wilmington. Looks like both of those vehicles continued on. So that happened and they didn't stop. We've got some slowing on the eastbound side as you head through Hawthorne. We've got some slowing from Prairie over to Crenshaw. Next report at 9:25. The tax event for 24-hour traffic session.
Temperatures continuing to get cooler across Southern California for now, but not for long. The cool and breezy conditions last through Saturday, and then a warm-up heading our way as we head to Sunday and early next week. We see a return of the Santa Ana wind. With Southern California's most accurate and dependable forecast, I'm KCAL's meteorologist Evelyn Taft, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
You probably heard about the new California law designed to go into effect in December of next year to create so-called care courts. In LA County, that starts tomorrow. Greg Figner talked with County Supervisor Janice Hahn. He says it's designed to be an alternative to jail for people suffering from untreated mental illness.
I think that is exactly what we're looking to care court to be. It is another tool that we can use to get someone who has severe mental illness, psychotic disorder, to be sentenced not to jail, but sentenced to care.
Supervisor, I'd like to ask then, on that note, who diagnoses the patient, or I guess another word would be the defense?
It's my understanding that they will have already had a diagnosis as part of the petition. I think the petitioner has to show that they had this.
And may I ask who puts the bill for the treatment?
LA County, right? Probably. LA County is the safety net. We exist, and our resources exist to keep people from falling through the cracks.
Because care courts are so new, it's unclear how many people will be admitted to the program or if people accused of very serious crimes will be eligible. More about the one accused of fatally shooting well-known social justice advocate Michael Ladd in LA's Mid-Wilshire area. The LA Times obtained court documents showing she had faced allegations of stalking and threatening a film director. The woman had worked as a background actor at a film released last year directed by A.B. Rockwell. Rockwell had to get a restraining order following the production after the woman sent her distressing letters with threats of self-harm. The incident appears to be connected to the woman's obsession with Rockwell, someone who Ladd also knew. We've been telling you about a lawsuit after the Temecula School Board's decision to ban teachings on race or LGBTQ-related history. As Emily Valdez reports, attorneys are now asking a judge to allow the lessons while the case is being heard.
Attorneys who filed the lawsuit say the Temecula School Board's new policy would prevent students from learning about things like Martin Luther King Jr. and his struggle for black civil rights, or Harvey Milk and his struggle for LGBTQ rights. But there's also a provision that would require teachers to out students who identify as transgender to their parents. Amanda Manguster Savage is an attorney for the people who filed the case.
Safe space for LGBTQ students in Temecula has had to refer multiple students to a crisis hotline. So we know that it is impacting students right now. We do not know the specific details. There's been a number of students that have been outed.
A judge will rule on the preliminary injunction in late January.
Plaintiffs say the school board's decision violates California curriculum requirements. 920.
Microsoft wants to get into the mobile gaming business, now dominated by Apple and Google. Head of Microsoft's video game division says the company is talking to partners to help launch a mobile gaming store. No word on when it might launch.
Layoff notices are going out at VF Corporation. The owner of North Face, Timberland, and other labels, cutting 500 employees as part of a turnaround plan, means cost-cutting and debt reduction. VF has struggled with slumping sales.